Imagine a time when the ancient Roman Republic was under threat. Civil war loomed, and power-hungry figures vied for control. In this world, one man stood out, a figure who valued integrity, courage, and freedom above all else. His name was Cato the Younger, and his legacy would forever mark the ideals of Stoic courage and unwavering principles. Born in 95 BCE, Marcus Porcius Cato was raised by his uncle and quickly distinguished himself as a strict, disciplined young man. Even from an early age, he developed a reputation for moral clarity and honesty. Cato was a descendant of Cato the Elder, a famous Roman statesman known for his values and principles. The younger Cato took this legacy seriously, embracing Stoicism, a philosophy that emphasized virtue, self-control, and courage. Cato lived by the Stoic belief that personal integrity was more valuable than wealth or fame. He rejected luxury, choosing instead to live a simple, almost austere life. Cato wore plain clothing, refused bribes, and spoke his mind without concern for political backlash. This unbending commitment to virtue drew admiration and respect, but it also made him many enemies. Cato understood that standing for what's right often comes with a price, and he was willing to pay it. As Cato grew older, he entered politics with a determination to bring integrity back to Rome. At the time, Rome was plagued by corruption, and Cato's arrival was like a breath of fresh air. He spoke against political deceit and fought to prevent powerful elites from exploiting the Republic. One of his main opponents would be none other than Julius Caesar, a general and politician who sought to expand his power. Cato saw Caesar's ambition as a direct threat to the freedom of Rome, a potential descent into tyranny. As Caesar's influence grew, he proposed laws that would benefit him personally, helping him gain more wealth and power. Cato openly opposed these laws, even risking his own career. He feared that Caesar's rise to power could turn Rome into a dictatorship. To him, no one person should ever have unchecked control. Cato took every opportunity to criticize Caesar's intentions, even going so far as to personally insult him during Senate meetings. This was risky, but to Cato, Stoic courage meant speaking out for justice, even when others stayed silent. He wasn't interested in making allies with powerful people. He was only interested in what he believed was right. When civil war finally erupted between Caesar and the Roman Senate, Cato joined forces with Pompey, Caesar's main rival. Though Pompey wasn't perfect, Cato believed that preserving the Republic was worth the fight. Despite his reputation as a politician, Cato took up arms and led men into battle. This decision was not out of a love for violence, but a profound sense of duty. Stoics like Cato believed that bravery was not the absence of fear, but the ability to act rightly in spite of it. As he fought, Cato knew that victory was unlikely, but his commitment to principle was unwavering. The Roman Republic to him was worth any sacrifice. Eventually, Caesar won, and Cato and his allies fled. Cato refused to surrender or accept Caesar's authority. He withdrew to the city of Utica, where he gathered what was left of his supporters. But with each day, the reality of defeat became clearer. Yet Cato, even then, remained true to his beliefs. In Utica, Cato continued to prepare for one final battle. However, his allies advised him to flee or make peace with Caesar. But for Cato, living under a tyrant was not an option. He declared that he would rather die free than live in submission. This was Cato's ultimate act of defiance, a reminder that even in the face of inevitable defeat, one could remain true to one's values. On the final night of his life, Cato spent hours reading a philosophical text by Plato on the immortality of the soul. He stayed up all night, reflecting on his life, his choices, and the state of Rome. Then, just before dawn, he ended his life, a final act of resistance. For Stoics, death was not to be feared. It was simply part of the natural order. Cato's last act, his refusal to submit, became a powerful symbol. He showed that liberty and integrity were worth more than life itself. Cato the Younger became a legend in Rome, remembered for his courage, his moral clarity, and his stoic resolve. Even Caesar later admitted admiration for Cato's unyielding principles. In the years to come, philosophers like Seneca and Marcus Aurelius would look to Cato as an ideal Stoic, a person who embodied the virtues of integrity and courage. So, what can we learn from Cato's life? Value integrity above all else. Cato teaches us that integrity isn't for sale. True freedom comes from living according to our principles, not from chasing power or status. Stand firm, even when it's difficult. Cato's story shows that standing for what's right often means standing alone. His courage reminds us that moral clarity can give us the strength to face even the most challenging situations. Accept life's challenges as a Stoic would. Like a true Stoic, Cato accepted the reality of his situation without resentment. He focused on what he could control, his actions, his choices, and let go of the rest. Fear not death, but dishonor. To Cato, the only thing worse than death was living without freedom. He embraced mortality as part of nature, showing us that the fear of dishonor should outweigh the fear of death. Cato's story echoes across time, reminding us of the importance of integrity, courage, and an unbreakable commitment to our principles. In a world where it can be so easy to compromise, Cato remains a powerful symbol of unwavering resolve, a true Stoic to the end. If you found inspiration with Cato's story, consider subscribing to Stoic Path. Join us as we dive into the lives and insights of history's great Stoics and uncover the practical wisdom they offer for today's world.